everybody, welcome back to my channel. That's Writing Homeschool. Today we are going to be doing part 2 where we're going over this shelf here of the kids books that we own and just kind of, I'll put the ratings that we've done here on Goodreads here on the screen and we will just go from there. Okay, so the first book that we have here is a classic. It's Guess How Much I Love You. I love this book like a lot. I think a lot of people do. I love the art style. I love the message that comes in here. It's a very sweet book. It is a classic for a reason. We will definitely be keeping this book. We love it. Next book on our shelf here is C is for Camping. This book is cute. We got this as a gift. It's very simple. It's just another ABC book. And we are a huge camping family. So this is one that we've taken a few times when we go out camping. We bring this with us. But I will say it's fun. It's kind of got like this vintagey style of artwork for it or to it, but it's good. It's just is. Next one's here. We have the Busy Little Tractor book. This was given to us when my preschooler was really into farms and tractors, and we actually turned this one into a song. We sing this one, and because we sing it, it has been a huge hit for a while. It's not the best quality book, nor is it the best story, but my kids love it. They love when we sing any book, so this has been a favorite for a long time, actually. We got this one for Easter from my mom, and it's called It's Not Easy Being a Bunny, and it kind of tells the story of PJ Bunny, who decides he's fed up with being a bunny. And so he leaves home and he tries to become different animals. And he realizes how hard it is to be all the other animals. They all have things that he is not a fan of. So he does end up returning home, and this is a pretty cute one. We did enjoy this one, and we'll be keeping it for a while more. All right, next we have a classic. We have Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, definitely a favorite for many, many years. We still read this one quite frequently. And I will actually link a YouTube video down below that we watch that we've watched a number of times that is like a musical version of this. So we sometimes sing this book as well. My kids love it when we do it. We practice our ABCs on the back. Toddler is nailing it. This has been a great teaching tool. We love Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Now we had a number of books. I think these are from Kohl's. We got them throughout the years from my mom, I believe, and they are board books. We have Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Things You Can Think. We have Put Me in the Zoo, Are You My Mother, and Inside, Outside, Upside Down. Now, what's interesting to note about these board books, and I think this is true for a lot of board books, is they do not contain the whole story. So if you get, for example, this book by Dr. Seuss, and you get it in the paper format, there's a lot more content to it. However, that being the case, these make perfect bedtime books because they're small samples and they take like the highlights. So these are more like the abridged version of a lot of these, and we do really enjoy them. My kids pick them up a lot and they look at the pictures. They're colorful, they're bright, and again, because they're a little bit more condensed, they make great bedtime books. Okay, when preschooler was younger, we really struggled a little bit with bedtime. Sleeping through the night was a big thing that we struggled with. And my friend gave us the Slumber Sloth, and it came with this book from Slumberkins. And I will link it down below. It's not a cheap thing, but we do really enjoy this book. It talks about readying yourself for bed, imagining your body, basically like giving it squeezing, letting it go, letting your body wind down for bed. And this is a good book. We pick it up often at nighttime when the kids have the sillies and we're having a hard time letting that go. So we have that one. We also have the Slumberkin Otter book, which we don't read as often, but this was gifted to my oldest when my younger one was born, and it really focuses on feeling a connection when our families grow. But this was a really good book for that transition, and we do still pick it up occasionally. But they're really good. Another book that we have here, the next one, is another classic. It's The Lady with the Alligator Purse. This one we got from my kid's aunt and uncle, and this is really fun. It's all about a baby who eats a bathtub and soap, and they call the doctor and the nurse and leave the alligator purse, and it's about how they make the situation better. It's goofy and silly, and I believe this one also has a song that goes along with it, if I'm recalling correctly. Oh, we have another Cole's Cares book. I missed this one. It's the monster at the end of this book, which is a favorite. We love this one. Love it. Okay, we also have a little fox here. I was looking for some non-fiction books when my kids were a little bit younger, so we tested this out and we really, really loved it. It tells a little bit about foxes and when they grow up and what they eat. And I'll be honest, I wish I bought more from this series. This was really good, but they weren't very cheap. I added it to my wish list, and I didn't really see them go on sale very often. So we didn't purchase more, but I wish that we did, because we do pick this one up a decent amount, and I love the art. It really speaks to my kids. All right, the next two books are also by Chris Ferry, who was in my last video. We have the My First 100 Science Words, which is what it says. It's just a listing of different scientific words with images. And then we have the My First 100 Mathematics Words. For whatever reason, my kids love just looking at this book, but they don't like reading it. But they do look at the pictures. There's really no story to it, which I think is probably why, but they do enjoy looking at these pictures. But I have noticed that their interest has started fading from these, so these will probably get a new home here pretty soon. All right, the next two books we got as, the next two books are from Paw Patrol. We have Happy Valentine's Day Adventure Bay. This is a scratch and sniff book. It is very silly. It is probably what people would call twaddle. But my kids love this book. They pick it up by themselves, but they don't ask to be read it very often. I have noticed that even with books that are not like high quality literature, they tend to gravitate toward wanting to read the more substantial books, which is nice. But we have this one, which we gave them for Valentine's Day. And then this was a book, this is just Paw Patrol Look and Find. So it's kind of like an I Spy book. This one, I forget where we got it, but my preschooler did something that I was very proud of him. And as like a reward, we decided to go out and go get a book. And this is the one that he chose for that. He doesn't really pick this one up as often anymore, but for a while he was pretty obsessed with this book. All right, the next series of books we got from Costco. I don't remember the price for it. And that is going to be the My First insert person's name, and it's Little People, Big Dreams books. So these just tell the story of historical individuals in a very light-hearted sort of way, even when they touch some tough topics. So we have Audrey Hepburn, we have Jane Goodall, Rosa Parks, Amelia Earhart, Maya Angelou, Frida Kahlo, Marie Curie, and Harriet Tubman. I will say I like the idea of these books more than my kids actually enjoy picking them up. I don't know if it's the art style or what, but for whatever reason, they just haven't really shown very much interest in these. But we do read them. I do pick them up for bedtime books and throughout the day, and they listen to them, but they're just not as interested in them. I don't know if it's because they're not really, I don't know. I think it might be the art style, because I have noticed that other books with similar art style, they just are not as keen on. But they are very interesting, and they're a great introduction to a number of historical individuals. The next two books are from a Bright and Early board book set. These are very small. We've got Dr. Seuss's ABCs, and then we also have the alphabet book by P.D. Eastman. And these are books that my kids individually pick up all the time, and they love looking at the pictures, and they do ask to be read these. So these have been more alphabet books that they really love. We have a classic, Pat the Bunny. This one is like a spiral bound, and even though it's a classic, we have not really picked this book up very much. It was gifted to us, and I think that, I don't know, they just haven't really been as interested in Pat the Bunny, which is funny because I loved this book growing up. The next one here is Some Bugs. This one is so good. If you haven't read this, you need to get it from the library. It's just a really fun introduction to a number of bugs. It has a fun little rhyming scheme to it. and my kids love it. We are almost done. We have a book called Griff Learns to Fly, and I think this one came from, I don't know, maybe like Dollar General or Dollar Store. It's a very simple book. It's only a few pages, and we've read it a few times. Yeah, we've read it a few times. It's not a favorite. It's very simple, but we have enjoyed it. We have Little Owl's Night, which we've actually read a couple of books in this series, and we do really love Little Owl. We've read this one a number of times, and I don't foresee that one coming off of our shelf anytime soon. All right, this one we just were gifted for Christmas. This is Dr. Seuss's Winter Things. We got this from my mom, and it's just a fun little Dr. Seuss inspired, very easy board book. We've read it like a bajillion times already since Christmas. A classic, a perfect one for bedtime. We love The Napping House. This is by Audrey and Dawn Wood, and these books are so good. This is actually, they have a couple other variations of The Napping House, but this is our favorite. This is the one that we own, and we do pick this one up. Like, if we're not really sure what to read at bedtime, we grab this one a lot. And the last two books I want to talk about on this shelf here are from the same series, but I think written by different people, so slightly different and illustrated. So we have Will You Be My Sunshine, which is very sweet. It tells the story of a little mouse who is like talking to the mommy mouse and asking basically, will you be my rainbow? Will you be my sunshine? And it's very sweet. But this one, Planting Seeds of Kindness, I would recommend for any toddler or preschooler out there. It is so sweet. It talks about how you can do small things throughout the day to make things better. So it says, remember that kindness goes a long way. And it goes through all of the different things that this little mouse does that is kind. And it has been a huge, I don't know, we just love this one. We really, really love this book. The binding is starting to come undone, and we will read it until it's no more. But we really like it. Okay, so that is bookshelf number 2. We're gonna go ahead and stop this video right here, and stay tight. We're gonna be heading over to this shelf next. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.